Big topics, big stories, and big news. The Big Rich Show. It happens here. Tonight's guest is an actress, model, singer, songwriter, and performer. She initially got into the business as a makeup artist and stylist. She is the face of her current brainchild, Haute Chile Productions, which has performed all across the world, from Hugh Hefner to presidential elections. So join us next as we talk about life, love, music, and more. Why? Because it happens here.
Je pense
and welcome to the Big Rich Show, guys. Tonight, I have with me April Doyle. She'll be sitting shotgun for the next hour. And I'm going to tell you what, this woman, she's done it all. She has performed alongside Stevie Wonder, people like Stevie Wonder, Babyface, and even Rod Stewart. So, without any further ado, welcome to the show, April.
Hello, how are you? Happy Earth Day.
Absolutely. Happy Earth Day. We're doing okay. I have to stay locked in. We're under tornado warnings. So,
Wow.
we're living in the Midwest, I guess. How are you doing?
Doing okay. It's very bizarre times. These are they're trying to crack down on San Diego because the death rate has been going up dramatically because people don't want to stay in their homes. So they're out on the street without their masks and they're going to the beach, and so they're shutting the beaches down and they're trying to make people realize that this is for real, you know?
Yeah.
And no, it's unbelievable. I live in Del Mar, a beautiful beach town, and you go down the street and they finally had to put a big gate in the front of the beach so people wouldn't go in, and people are still driving around in no masks. And I'm like, I just shaking my head going, I don't know, this is no joke.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what? It's funny. It's the same thing in the towns that I'm in when I'm doing my 9 to 5. People are just out and about like it's just any other day right now.
I think they're in disbelief. I think everyone's just kind of nothing like this has ever happened. So I think everybody's kind of like, oh my God, you know?
Yeah, and then unless it affects you, I mean, I don't know. Here's all I could say is that I guess as Americans, we've become hard-headed and spoiled.
Yeah, we're definitely spoiled.
Right. So the average person, well, you're not going to tell me what to do. If I want to go outside, by God, I'm going to go to Walmart every day this week to get one item. I mean, yeah, I get it. So yeah, that part is, I was scratching my head because if I had been told to stay home, if I was not essential, I would have been home this entire time and working in the studio. That's where my heart's at anyways. I love music and recording, and that's why we have
You're locked away anyway, doing what you do.
Yeah.
Luckily, you're still able to do what you do.
No, absolutely. You're right. It's being blessed as well on one hand, and but then I get to see all the craziness too. So I don't know. Let's talk your music tonight. I know that you guys had dropped a single, and then you had mentioned earlier. Do you want to talk about that one first?
Yeah, we were very lucky we dropped the single. We've been promoting it, and that's been going really well. People are really liking it. We did our first major hit. We were able to get into Herb Alpert's club in Bel Air called Vibrato, and we did that on March 8th. And like the next, I don't know if my memory's not real clear about how all this went down, but it was like the next day or two they shut everything down and said, go home, the distancing, all that. So it's kind of weird. We were able to get out there and do this great gig. It was sold out. People loved it. The name of the band, April and the Velvet Room, is interesting because you never know who you're going to find in the Velvet Room. There's always going to be some different, amazing performers. We had 2 dancers come out that night. James T, he is on Dancing with the Stars, and he has done the whole last season of Masked Singer, and he's unbelievable. And he brought this drop-dead gorgeous girl, and so we're up on stage performing, and all the people on stage are unbelievable, noteworthy. They can drop names for days, and then these 2 dancers spin out into the crowd, and things like that. That's what we like to add to the show, to have extraordinary talent on a lot of different levels, and the shows are all going to be different. So it was a great intro, and I know all this is going to pass, and we'll be able to get back to what we want to do. And we've been actually working on some recordings. We're doing an acapella thing with the group, a Michael Jackson song. One of the guys in the band, actually the musical director, just got off J-Lo's last tour. He did the last, she heard him, he was a percussionist. She heard him singing, and had him open for her the last 12 shows. And he goes out on tour with JP Castillo is his name. You will love to look him up, JP Castillo. And he goes out with the Jacksons and does all Michael's stuff, which is an amazing thing for him because that's been his idol his entire life. So to finally go out with them and sing all Michael's stuff has been unbelievable. So he's an amazing talent, and he's done a lot of stuff with he did a Latin record deal, and works with works with an orchestra in Costa Rica, and I have a female violinist in the band, Angelina Cherie. She's amazing. She's played with Eminem and some other really interesting people. So I have a very cream of the crop band, and so they really love to play together.
Well, and then you right there with you in the middle. I mean, you guys are all top notch.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Shady, and then someone working with the Jackson 5. Man, I love Michael Jackson. I love all his music. Michael Jackson, Prince, that is right up there for my tops. Man, I love Smokey Robinson. Yeah, we go back to anything from the old R&B days.
Yep.
So, and then even
I'm right there.
Keith Sweat, make it last forever, all that stuff. And then, man, your voice, absolutely stunning, beautiful, angelic. People, you got to get out there and listen to the single that's available right now. The Tears Are Gone, and there's even a video for that, and that video is very moving. I got a picture of it, I think, behind me. See that young lady singing there? She might be familiar. But yeah, if you've never heard that single, The Tears Are Gone, get out there and listen to it. It's wonderful. And then with that said, you're getting ready to drop a new one, right? Is this correct?
Yeah, we're going to, I think, next week, the middle of next week. It's a redo of a Sting song, La Belle Dame Sans Regret, and he sang it in French. I would love to say that I wrote this and it's my song, but you know what? When I heard Sting singing in French, I'm like, I'm doing that song. I'm doing it. So what's interesting about my take on the song is it's done with a Latin feel behind it. And I've got some major players on there. And the string arrangements were done by Brent Fisher. I don't know if you know Brent and Claire Fisher.
No.
They are industry royalty. They've worked with everybody from Tony to Nat King Cole to, I mean, he has so many gold records on his wall. It's amazing. So he did the string arrangements on my song, and then now he's submitting it to the Latin Grammys.
Oh, wow.
I never expected this, but I'm like, go ahead. Bueno.
Yeah.
No joke.
No, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. So Kevin Flournoy, the producer that put all the music together, is a musical director for, he's been with everybody from Babyface to Chaka Khan to the Pointer Sisters to Jeffrey Osborne to, it just goes on, R&B background, past and present. And so he put this together, and he got all these amazing people on the recordings. And it's been quite a ride for me to meet these people that I've listened to and heard for so long and loved, and then to work with them. That's a whole other, I mean, you're just like in awe, It's just,
right. Now, right now, any of the music that you've done with the Velvet Room, where can my fans and the people listening find that?
Thank you. You can on my Facebook page, April and the Velvet Room, all spelled out. There's a link over on the right-hand side to everything available, to videos, clips, I guess Tears Are Gone, the full deal. And then there's the website, www.aprilandthevelvetroom.
Okay.
For all those.
So it's all one word, aprilandthevelvetroom.com?
Yes. I know it's a little bit long, but
no, that's fine. It's perfect, and I will have that scrolling down here for the folks to be burnt into their brains.
Thank you.
No, absolutely, without a doubt. Um, my fans know if I bring somebody on the show, it's about uplifting and love, and you know, that's what we're all here for, is to help each other up and to help each other succeed. And
I
um,
agree.
you know, that's if we would have more love in the world like that, I think it would be a better place. As simple
Definitely.
as just smiling at someone or acknowledging their existence with a simple hello or a gesture of holding the door for them.
Definitely.
You know,
Or looking the guy that's putting your groceries in the bag, looking them in the eye and saying, "How are you today?"
that's right.
The reactions I've gotten, because that just acknowledgement, like what you just said, acknowledging people is the big pat on the back. It's huge. And that's what we all need.
Absolutely. Because there are a lot of people, and a lot of people don't understand that there is a point in some people's life where they feel no one in the world even knows I exist.
Yep.
And these are people, and it's a state of depression, and it can
Hmm.
snowball. And like I'm saying, and you just said, these simple gestures could be the difference of making their path in life keep going in a certain, you know, the right direction, not the wrong one.
Right. That's been my deal too with the, I run a corporate show band called Haute Chile, and it's Haute Chile Productions. It's like our day job gig.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that in a minute, but go ahead. Yeah.
Well, and I was just going to say, I make sure to pay it forward. I think the whole point is for us to try to be healed cells in the collective body. I mean, yes, people are going to act ridiculous on the freeway. Yes, we're going to get mad, but it's just about taking that deep breath and realizing that they've got something probably. I forget. There's some saying about, remember that everyone out there has got a bigger problem than you. It's something to that effect. The point being that to get you to the point of compassion for people, even if they're not being really nice or thoughtful or whatever. I don't know. I just I've always taken some of the money from the corporate shows, and my big thing is animals. I'm an animal freak. So pit bulls. I'm the pit bull advocate.
Hey,
And what?
I love pit bulls.
They're beautiful. They're so beautiful, and they're sweet and smart. And it's a terrier. And if you don't know about terriers, maybe they're too much for you. It's not. It's not that it's a bad breed.
Right.
But so I donate to PETA, Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. At one point, somebody said, "Are you going to ever try to contribute to people?" And I thought, and that hit me was an interesting question. So now I also donate to Doctors Without Borders. That's a beautiful thing. And St. Jude's. They take the children that have cancer, can't pay for it and all that. So yeah, I think that the whole point is hopefully for us to try to have compassion and contribute before we go.
Absolutely. And before we move on from that, just really quick, I want to interject. It doesn't have to be big things, people. Um,
True.
you could start within a 10-foot space of your body and make change in the world every day. And from there, you add these 10 feet up and move and keep and expand it outward. Start small, because a whole lot of small things eventually equal one big thing.
Well said. Definitely.
So, now with that said, I wanted to do something with you tonight. Before we jump into the deal, we have a thing that's called What Band? All right. I will ask you, in what band best describes you in the situation that I'm going to put you in. So with the first one, if we were to go on a night out in the town with you, which band would best describe this night? Phil Collins, Frank Sinatra, or Prince?
Prince.
Prince, all right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ding
I
ding ding.
like this
Ding.
1939.
I love the Frank Sinatra deal, but Prince. Come on, it's Prince. I don't know.
Prince is top 5 in my book of if you come over to my house, you'll find more Prince stuff than anything else. I love
And yesterday was is the date of his passing.
And wasn't that wild? Just boom, out of the blue.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, horrible. All right. If you were to tell your life story up until this point, what band best describes it? Aerosmith, Kiss, or the Rolling Stones?
You didn't put any R&B funk bands in there.
Oh, 'cause not all of them I do that.
Aerosmith, Kiss, or Rolling. I'd have to say Aerosmith.
Okay. Okay.
A little R&B in that rock vocal.
Oh, there is a little bit. He's got a little bit of blues in him.
Yeah, he does. And he's still singing the exact same. So you got to get. Of course, that has nothing to do with your question. I digress.
But no, but no, it could. Some people will say, well, a song of theirs made me make that choice. Or maybe the way the band broke up, got back together, that's kind of how I saw their life, you know? So everybody gives a different story.
Yeah. Yep.
If I had to ask about your romance right now, what's best band? Foreigner, ZZ Top, or Barry White?
Or what?
Barry White.
Barry White. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say Foreigner.
I love it. What did you pick Foreigner for?
Because I did well, just the name. Actually, Foreigner, that's one of the baddest lead vocalists of all times in the rock field. That all hail to, what's his name? It starts with a W.
And I know exactly. Now I don't want to. I mean, I can't think of it.
Yeah.
But I do know this. I always put that on the romance one because I think of the song "Hot Blooded."
No, I picked Foreigner because it sounds like you're alone out in the desert.
Oh yeah. That's a good one too.
Right now, I'm a foreigner out alone in the desert looking for some water. Just kidding.
Water, please. That's funny.
Those questions are good though. Those are interesting.
Yeah, thank you. It's just a little something that I do over here at the Big Rich Show. So once this coronavirus goes bye-bye, hopefully for a little bit, you guys get in there and start recording. Are you planning on a full album or maybe a mini EP of any type soon?
Interesting question. We have already recorded an entire album.
Very nice.
And the stuff it's great. But the way the project started was I was just going in to record some of my all-time favorites, some songs that my mom played for me when I was a kid. And so there's a handful of these beautiful standards. A Nancy Wilson song, a Wishing on a Star, Save Your Love for Me. And so then we started going into who I am as an artist, which was this mix of R&B, jazz, neo soul, like sophisticated neo soul. Mm-hmm. So it's been brought up that maybe we just split this full album into 2 EPs because of the little bit of the flip in vibe. So
I got you. That would be sweet.
Yeah, be nice. Yeah. And since this stuff's already recorded beautifully, and then there's a couple of remixes I might do. There's a remix guy of note. I don't want to mention his name because in case he's not available or whatever. Sometimes these guys are, because I think a lot of people are probably just putting everything on back. Some people are gonna come out running after all this because people can't wait to work with them again. And I don't know. I just want us all to get back rolling again, and the thing is we don't know when that'll be.
I know, because it just feels so disjointed, like, okay, we're going through the motions, but everything feels surreal.
Yeah.
It's almost like we can't move forward,
Yeah.
We're spinning in that, like the hamsters in that little wheel thing.
Yes.
It's moving and things are going and days are passing, but we're going nowhere.
It's bizarre, and no one saw it coming, except I will say that they are saying, the New York Times said, and I really don't want to get into the subject, so I shouldn't say it, but they said that Trump knew about it. They said he was forewarned and he didn't say anything to anybody because he didn't want it to happen and was hoping it didn't, but I don't know what we could have done different if we had had a heads up, but
Right.
I mean, really, what could we have done, you know?
Right. And to be honest with you, I think even if we did react late, one death is too many, but our numbers are pretty solid if you look our population and as opposed to around the world. And then there's some places that I'm scratching my head how they hardly have any cases at all. I don't know. It's just been a weird one. It's like you're right.
Yeah, I guess that it took like some of the things didn't make sense to me either. But then I found out that it was rampant in these areas in China, and I'm like, how did it go nuts in Italy? Well, the whole fashion industry, which is a big deal to me too, they have a lot of Chinese people that live there
Hmm.
because they are in the fashion houses.
Hmm.
They're helping with design. They're helping with sewing. The whole,
Right.
the work of fashion. And so they brought that to Italy.
And someone said that Italy had this. They were ranked number two in the world in having the oldest average citizen.
Huh.
They had more people than anyone in the world over 60.
Well, no, the whole world right now, I heard the statistics, 60% of people are over 60 now.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, it is. So we're all, hey, 60 is the new 20, right?
I hope so. I just feel like, man, time is just gone.
Yeah.
Where was 19? So where did 1980? Where did 2000? Holy, it's 2020.
2020 sounds like something. Remember, like what Back to the Future? They were going, yeah, 2017 or something. Like it was. It didn't sound real. Like it was so in the future. And now we're like sitting in it, and it's. Well, I mean, the stuff is happening. They do have cars that.
Yeah, no, I mean a lot of
That
it.
are, and
Yeah,
like drones are delivering things to people's houses, and a little bit of Jetsons going on.
a little bit. Yeah, we're there. And then I always say whatever we see, the military is probably 30 to 40 years ahead of that
Yep.
behind the scenes. And I remember what's funny before we go on is I remember being in the club dancing in the 90s, like, hey, to Prince, 1999. They're like, hey, man, I cannot wait till 1999. And it feels like yesterday, and here we are. It's 2020.
I know. It's crazy.
It's like when that song came out, you're like, man, why is he writing a song about 1990? And now it's gone. It's like
Yeah.
weird, wild, but yeah.
I guess it's just how our experience. I didn't like this when I first learned it. It took me a minute. I was in a course and they taught me that my experience is a choice. I'm like, no, it isn't. There's all this stuff happening and bad things happen. And they said, well, bad things do happen. And to get upset is one thing. And then you make a decision how you're going to deal with it in life. But to sit in it and suffer is a choice. That was huge for me.
Yeah. And
Because with all this stuff going on, it's hard to not just want to throw everything out and be like, everything's screwed up. It is what it is. So, things like in this crazy time, things like music, people are paying more attention to it than ever. It's lifting spirits. People are there's a acapella app on the phone. There's all kinds of things. People are, kind of going home, so to speak, a little bit. So I'm going to be honest and tell you, I felt a little bit guilty because for 2 seconds, I was kind of glad to not have an appointment book full of stuff and just go,
right.
And it's like, who's that actor on TV that says, I'm not going back to my gig? And he goes, I see that I've been missing out on life. Well, now he's tried to recant that because probably the paycheck or whatever, but there's something to it, about.
Oh, you're right. Everyone has had a chance to step back and take a deep breath. If some of us only for 2 days, some of us for 2 months. And it was well needed by a lot of people, I believe.
Oh yeah, this culture, we're running. So to stop and look each other in the eye and go, want to go cook some dinner, or want to go play a game, or watch TV, or just, I think that kind of quiet is healthy. And I think that it's going to, I think there's something positive that's going to come out of this, us having to come to a screeching halt. I think there's going to be some positives that come out of that when we go back into our lives.
I think so. And like you said, it's going to become what we make it. Our hands are going to shape where we go from now.
Yes.
I think a lot more people's eyes are going to be open to things that they weren't open to before.
Yep.
And I think a lot more people might just start holding themselves accountable, let's hope, for certain things. And I'm talking from the average citizen all the way up to Congress, Senate, and the president. You know, and like I said, we won't get into that because that's horrible. But they all, not just one or the other, they all need to step back and learn that, you know what, the whole world's watching. And you guys are all acting like a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of kids that the teachers run out of the room, and you guys are throwing spitballs at each other and derogatory.
You know, to have a president that is tweeting all day. There's been numbers about how many times he tweets in one. I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, it just doesn't sound. I mean, it's.
I saw a funny cartoon the other day, and my fans know I don't really get political, but it just makes me laugh. I always respect. If you're my president, you're my president. I don't have to like you, but I will give you respect. I'm not going to hold your cut out, severed, bloody head up. I'm not going to be derogatory. I respected Obama, Bush, and I didn't even like the Bushes. I respected Clinton, and I was mad at Clinton for what he did in office.
Mm-hmm.
But these are just other things. And then Trump, I get mad at Trump because I don't dislike the guy personally, because I don't even know him. I know I used to laugh at his shows, and he made me laugh. So I know that about him, but he does put his foot in his mouth. You know what? He might be doing a lot of good, but then he's doing a lot of bad too. And then if he runs his mouth on these tweets, it's just making him look stupid.
I would think that he would take some direction. It's just not something that somebody in his position should be engaging in.
Yeah.
You know? He would get a lot more respect. He would. We didn't do that kind of stuff.
I think so too. But the meme showed it showed all these politicians standing in a room, and Trump was jumping up, and he had his phone in his hand. He's like, "Look, guys, I'm number one on Facebook, and I'm trending on Instagram." It was just funny, the caption. You know, it's just horrible.
Yep.
But it made me snicker. It's just like, good Lord. Well, with that said, you know what? I want to do five rapid fire questions. They're yes or no.
Okay.
You can say pass, and then when I'm done, if you want to elaborate on one of them or all of them, we can close it out with that. It's up to you. So here we go. Does Bigfoot exist?
No.
Okay. Have aliens visited Earth?
Yes.
Okay. Did we land on the moon?
Yes.
Okay. Is time travel possible?
Yes.
Okay. Now this one's more for jeers. Is the Earth flat, round, or as Neil deGrasse Tyson says, pear-shaped?
I think more round.
Okay, I'm with you. I think more, roundish, tomatoey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on that. You want to inflect on any of those?
Well, the other ones are more interesting, but the jury was out on Bigfoot because I think there might have been a Bigfoot-esque creature.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know. I mean, I'm one like this. I've got to feel it, smell it, touch it. And I've had some weird stuff happen to me in my life. And I will never discount anything because I believe anything is possible, spiritually, paranormal,
Mhm.
fringe. But I am a skeptic first. But I have had some things happen to me in my past on the East Coast that had me going,
The
okay,
alien stuff.
yeah, yeah,
I saw a UFO once myself,
yeah.
and I tried to figure around it and around it and around it, and could not. And then I realized that was a UFO. So, supposedly they've had bodies and things that the government has kept to them. That's old news.
Yeah.
But I think it would be ridiculous to think that we are the only creatures in the universe.
I just think that yeah, it has to be something. I mean, come on, we would be it wouldn't we wouldn't be fair to ourselves to say, well, we're the only thing ever in this entire solar system, in this entire universe,
Yep.
this entire galaxy, for eons. There's got to be other life. It's improbable to say. Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
And it could be dimensional as well. How do we know? I don't know because they're messing with this technology now. It's called the D-Wave quantum computing. And they're saying that this runs so fast that and it could almost shimmer and you can see like another side, like an alternate parallel universe.
Well, there's records of some of the religious uh, avatars, whatever you want to call them,
Mm-hmm.
shamans, whatever, that could that would be could I was going to say shape shift. That's not the right word. They could time travel. They could like go from one place to another. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus did it. Paramahansa Yogananda did it. There's a lot of
There used to be gateways here on Earth and hotspots, and I don't know. They're like, especially you can find some in the Aztec and Mayan ruins. Well, there'll be
and what about Sonoma?
yeah, yeah, and stairs that lead to nothing. It's like almost, I guess it's on frequency waves or something. I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, that's an interesting subject.
Yeah, it's wild stuff.
Yeah,
You could go on for hours about that. So
totally, totally.
you guys are going to try them when this clears. You're going to go back to doing the shows you were talking about, correct?
Yes. Yeah, the shows will continue. The songs we're still dropping them. This is a video that we shot for LaBelle that's coming out next week. We shot that a couple months ago, not too long ago. So I think it's actually good timing to put it out now when people are more apt to check things out.
Okay.
So and it's being considered by the Latin Grammy deal. So that's a pat on the back as well.
Absolutely. I can't wait to find out how that goes.
Yeah, for Brent Fisher and it's I mean the song's artistically beautiful. So and it's sung in French, which I love. So yeah.
Was that hard to learn?
No, it was my first language. So and I'm eternally studying it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't speak it fluent, but I speak enough to get by.
Okay.
So
Say something to me.
je pense que nous parlons de musique et I'm not flowing here. I said
What I heard just melted my soul.
we're talking about music. I said.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I got it. But I always tell people, whenever someone says anything in French, whether it's a man or woman,
Yeah.
it just sounds sexy.
I know. Everything sounds better in French. It totally does.
I got to go poo poo. Oh.
Oh, le pissoir.
That is too funny. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us before we maybe wrap up tonight?
You know what? I just appreciate your time and your fans checking this out. And if you can go to my page and check it out, and if you can give it a like on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, much appreciated. I think everybody will really like it. It's beautifully done, and it's a little bit of classic with current. So And you'll hear more of my style come out as these other songs come out, like the sophisticated neo soul. So hopefully people will like it and keep checking it out.
I'm excited. I'm ready. Anyone that I do music, I become a fan. I love music in general as a whole. And you and I were talking pre-recording how you know that I have roots to go back to Memphis, Tennessee, and the Cream High Studio.
Yeah.
So music has been a part of my life, and whether it's Bob Marley or Michael Jackson, or if it's Nirvana, Pearl Jam, I love all music. All music. If it's good music is good music. It doesn't matter what genre it is.
Agreed.
So your music, your voice, people will love it. You guys will get out there, fans, friends, family. Let's support this young lady. She has been around doing this. I mean, it's long overdue. Let's just say that. And I'm a fan now too. And once I tell everybody, once you come on the Big Rich Show, you're now family. So I'm going to follow you like you're a sister, and you're probably going to tell me to leave you alone someday.
No, I appreciate it so much. You're awesome, and the stuff that your subject matter and stuff that you talk about is it opens your brain up a little bit. So that's cool. Appreciate it.
No, it gets you to thinking, and
totally.
My friends and fans, I want them just to think just a little bit outside the box. Don't follow the norm. Don't give 30 for 10. Don't walk in a herd. Lift your head up, break away from the herd, and your life might be a little different. You gotta, the one guy I heard him say, don't give 30 years of something that you hate for an unguaranteed 10 at the end. He goes, give every moment you have to what you love. And if you're truly doing what you love, you'll find a way to get paid doing it. It'll just happen. So
I hear you.
And with that said, thank you for coming on again.
Thank you, Rich.
I had a great time. And fans, you know how I do it. God bless, stay safe, and have a wonderful night.
We said goodbye, but here we are again. I think that we can make it if we tried as friends. 'Cause the way it used to be, it just had to end. And all my tears are gone. We fight to see through the stormy clouds, not doing very well. It's so hard to break old habits and make things right, as far as I can tell. You tell me you love me as you're walking away. So what does that mean when you say it that way? We said goodbye, but here we are again. I think that we could make it if we tried as friends. 'Cause the way we used to be, it just had to end. And all my tears are gone. It used to feel careless words. But now looking back, so much time has passed. I hope it's taught us something, and maybe now we can be the story with a happy ending. We said goodbye, but here we are again. I think that we can make it if we tried as friends. 'Cause the way things used to be, it just had to end. And all my tears are gone. Looking back on all the years, looking back, so many tears are gone. We said goodbye, but here we are again. I think that we could make it if we tried as friends. 'Cause the way things used to be, it just had to end. And all my tears are gone. We said goodbye, but here we are again. I think that we could make it if we tried as friends. 'Cause the way things used to be, it just had to end. We said goodbye, but here we are again. There's got to be a reason. Can we try it out as friends? 'Cause the way things used to be, we knew it had to end. And all my tears are gone.